Hello everyone, today I have something very interesting for you. A multiplayer game in the Moonrise Edition of the Battle of Polytopia. I'll be playing with Imperius. I've already recorded the first round, but for some reason it hasn't saved, so I'll just show you the second round onwards, until the end of the game. Okay, so I'm Imperius, as you can see, and we're on a massive map. Now that is going to mean that riders will be effective, so I'm going to get a rider right now on turn 2, and we'll capture the city as well. Good job it's got 2 through, so that way I can level it up. We will need farming, because obviously we've got farms around the air capital. I can see an animal, so hunting and forestry will be an idea in the future. And obviously we might want climbing so we can go through the mountains. Other than that, I'm not sure what's going on. This is a random match, so I don't know who my opponent is or which tribe they're playing or anything like that. Now, this isn't exactly my first match. I have played a few already, but none of them went particularly well, because sometimes you get these opponents who sort of just don't play their turn for hours, for days on end, and then they just eventually just, I don't know, they either forget about the game or they just decide that it isn't worth playing anymore, and then you have to quit the game. I mean, I could of course kick them from the game, and I get that, but that takes too long in my opinion. It's not very fun when you're just playing against a boss and not against another player. If you're trying to play multiplayer. So if I grab that city, I can level it up using the farm, but I don't know what the point is. I'd rather get some riders on the board this time. That way I can send one of them northwest to go grab... Oh, hello Illyrion. That's my opponent, since we didn't put a boss in the game. You can go over there and find more villages. You can go grab that one. You can... yeah, level that up. A shame I couldn't level the capital. You can just go there. Yeah, whatever. You can... I think that's probably fine, honestly. Okay, there's the Illyrion. Grab the roads for now. And prioritize leveling up to level 2, as is my normal strategy. In case you're wondering why this is, it's because it doubles the production if you choose workshop, as I did mention in a previous video. We'll put down a road towards the northwest, but that's only in one turn. And it's only turn 8, so we're already doing very well. Of course, we've got a city over here which we can level up as well. The capital can be leveled up, but I want to level it up neatly with road plus farm. Because if I do it that way, I get plus production and I get the extra 3 stars as well. That's satisfying. We'll build a warrior in the capital that will help us defend against that Polytor which is sitting there. They have got a second Polytor as well, but I don't know where that guy is. Huh, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do about him, honestly. I don't know my opponent's skill level, so I don't know whether they've got a big army of dragons over there or what. So far they haven't done anything very threatening, so I'll just grab tech and keep leveling up my cities, since I have no one to fight really. I could just go for Illyrion, that would make interesting YouTube content, but I'd lose the game, and I like winning sometimes. We'll level up this city, get the level 2, and then go explore. I think that's the end of the turn. We don't need anything else, we're fine. Okay, so now it's turn 11. We do have a super unit. Our cities are not very connected apart from Callow, and we are not really doing very much here. I could get archery, but I think maybe fishing will be useful, because then we can upgrade that city there. Or maybe just some roads down this turn, connect a few cities to the capital. We might even get another super unit thanks to that. Okay, there we go. And now we'll move the super unit, of course, because we don't want him to get thrown off in a random direction when I upgrade the city. Do we need a lumber hut, or do we need another city connection? You know what? Let's put the monument there. It doesn't matter. Grab fishing. I think I might be leading on score now, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, do we take population or border? We take population as normal. I used to take border growth a lot because it doesn't hamper the development of the city in the long term, but population growth is much better in the short term. I think border growth is also good in the end game for exploring, but I mean, unless it's some domination or something, I would almost always choose border growth in your main city, because then it has the potential to expand over a longer time frame. I have to say, this opponent has not put up very, like, I don't know, they could have got a really rubbish spawn, so they're not necessarily bad, but they haven't put up very much of a fight yet, so I'm worrying that they're saving a big army of dragons for later or something. Let's level up this city. Grab resources, put a guy in a boat. We'll take a rider instead of a warrior, and another one there, so we can start exploring the seas. That's pretty much the end of the turn, there's nothing else to do. Huh, well, I mean, they hit my giant, but they didn't do very much damage, so not a problem. Hey, another thing, cool. Okay, we'll take that guy out. We got Illyrian land here. They are actually on a lot less points than me, which is funny. My economy is not it's not terribly large yet. This is sort of mid to end game economy. But I'd expect that they would have got at least a few dragons by now. If not some other good units like a Navalon. So I should probably defend my coastline, but I'm not really seeing a reason to, if they haven't got very much score, since they won't have got very high level cities. May as well level the city up, just for the sake of the economy, and I don't think they're going to take it back. They have nothing to take it back with. Well, there you go. Huh. This is funny because a player always has a tactic. Bots can just be dumb sometimes, but a player will always have a tactic. Like, his tactic might be, I don't know, some kind of long-term expansionist tactic. I don't underestimate my opponents. They might just be making bad moves, but I don't think they are. I think they have. I assume they have some kind of tactic until I have evidence that they aren't. We can level up another city, since that's all we can really do at this point. We'll take a level 3 for the extra economy. And we have an archer here as well, so we can pull that in. But do we connect the city first? Forestry is useful. Forestry is a useful tech. It's my favorite tech in the game. If they had a tribe that starts off with forestry, that would be really, really nice. Very powerful, of course. The only weakness of a tribe is, say Hoodrick started off with forestry instead of archery, and then imagine that as a tribe. They'd be really powerful. Their only weakness would be the fact that they couldn't utilize hunting, so they might have to waste some of their resources and just start building lumber huts over the top. But then they could cut down forests and just get They could maybe cut down 2 forests and then get hunting on the first turn anyway, and then harvest stuff. So really, they would be a very powerful tribe if there was a tribe like that. They would either have the choice of sacrificing their early game economy for their end game, or their end game for their early game, if you know what I mean. By either cutting down or using lumber huts. They'd probably be on par with Luxador as a very powerful tribe. But then that obviously depends on their forest spawn, because you know, if you don't have good forest, then forestry is not very useful. Like let's say they had Zabasi resources, which is just a savanna with a lot of farmlands, then their forestry would be completely useless. If they had the same spawn rate as Imperius, the default spawn rate for all resources, then they could still be pretty powerful, because look, Imperius do have some amounts of forest that could be pretty useful. They wouldn't necessarily be overpowered at all, but Mijuan have already confirmed no more human tribes, I think. Look at this flock of whales over here, there's like 5 of them next to each other. Oh, if I were Illyrion, I would turn them into a flock of Navalons. Unfortunately, my opponent's Illyrion, and they don't seem to have a single Navalon in sight. Huh, I was expecting at least 1 Navalon or 1 Fire Dragon by now. It is turn 18 after all. They've got a level 1 city, which I'll take, but it's not particularly interesting or anything. Do I get any more tech? Free Spirit, Mathematics, Construction. No, I don't think I need it now. I think what I need is just to keep expanding. We'll take Population, build something there, and then we get the Giant. Okay. I don't know why I'm leveling up, I think it must be therapeutic or something. We have finally got climbing. Illyrion seem to have made no real attempt to get their city back. I could level it up to level like 5 this turn if I wanted to, but that depends on my tactics here. I'm going to send him down the coast, and then I'll send probably my next one. Yeah, because if I build some roads on land, I can probably get that village, right? Oh, I don't know. I don't really mind. As I say, my opponent could have some Navalons by now, so yeah, you do have to be a bit careful. Even if you're clear-cut winning. Oh, I should have chosen Explorer right there. That would have been very juicy Explorer. I mean, to be fair, whenever you take an Explorer, you run the risk of it just turning around and exploring your own land. It's like just Workshop by default. It's more useful. Another city that they haven't taken. To be fair, they have a lot of units, but they have very low level cities, so they've got some archers, yeah. But they haven't really up-leveled any of their cities. That's surprising me somehow. The other multiplayer games I've played, my opponents have been, you know, reasonable strength opponents. As I said, I'm going to assume this guy has some kind of long-term game plan until I get evidence that they don't. The game mode, by the way, is Might, so that's take all capitals to win. So, might do well actually just to leave a unit in my capital. No, I've explored enough land in all directions, so I don't think they can just get a knight or a dragon or something and sneak up on my capital and take it. Okay, they've brought another Polytopia. I'll deal with that in a second. First of all, just taking villages in random places. It's funny how you can already build a road network even before you've captured a village. I don't normally get that because I don't normally choose Explorer. Cool, but first I have to connect everything to the capital, don't I? This is not very pleasing right here, how I can't do this. I'm just obsessively leveling up my economy. In a minute though, I will finish them off, don't worry. As I say, I haven't seen any of their big cities or their capital yet, so I'm a sort of cautious tension, whereas the AI, you always know what strategy they're going to be using, which is just level up and then attack. But players could have more interesting tactics. This what makes them fundamentally more interesting to play against. One of the things. Okay, we'll go over here. They've got some more units, which is funny. I haven't seen them build any lumber huts, which is Illyrian's main source of income. And if they've got no lumber huts, then I've not even got evidence that they've researched forestry yet. I'm probably annoying you with all my evidence now. That guy can roll in case they try to. Oh, it's an island. Well, now I feel like an idiot. We'll attack that guy for sure. We can build some battleships if we want. Look at all this unexplored land to the south. I would really think that someone would have occupied it. I'm gonna go grab another village. That giant can explore around the back, even though it's a waste of a giant. I need to have this land explored. There we go. Well. Oh, so they have got forestry. They've built some sanctuaries. That's right. So their tactic clearly then is Polytopia rush. Because if you build sanctuaries, you're really trying to get... I don't really know what Illyrian's strategy is, because the whole point of a sanctuary is to get more stars per animals next to it. But the problem with that is, you then want to turn those animals into Polytours to fight for you, so I don't really know what the strat is. But I'm assuming the strategy is something along the lines of... I don't know, I don't play Illyrian. I should make a video on them, but I don't really know how to do it myself. With Illyrian, I just build lumber huts everywhere to try and get a decent economy, and then just treat them like a regular tribe with dragons. That's it. There's probably some kind of sanctuary strat that you can use, but I don't really see the point in them. Their 1 star per turn per thing is very, very weak economically. They don't. I'm not sure they even pay for themselves half the time. So yeah, so I just build lumber huts, early Polytour rush, and then late game dragons. And Navalons. Or Navalons, but no, they're Navalons. I think my opponent may resign this game, because, you know, I hope they don't, but they could. I would probably resign if I were really around here. And I have resigned games, but only if it's in a very losing position, where I'm not going to get a win. Just making sure I win, because you never know. I mean, I'm first. But... So they have got a gate of power, they have got sanctuaries everywhere. That's signs of development, but they've got some signs of development and not others, because one of the signs of development is leveled up cities, and they haven't got any leveled up cities, but they have got sanctuaries and monuments. A weird combo, I must say. Okay, I can probably stop with the economic stuff now. I could have stopped maybe 10 turns ago, but I'm still perplexed. You know I am. Build a super unit. We can connect those cities and get an instant thingy there, resources. I'm not good at speaking today. Build some roads here in advance, as I always do. That's a new tactic I learned in this game, actually, the pre-building of roads before you capture a village. You should probably try it out with Yadak if you're going to try it, since they have the roads tech starting off. I'll take Explorer. Go into Illyrian's land. Whoa, different than I was expecting. A masses of units. I was expecting I wouldn't need chivalry, but I might actually need it now. No leveled up cities. Like I think there was one level 2, and that was. I mean, that's not a very good show for level 22, is it? Maybe they were banking on an early on Polytopia rush, and it never happened, since we started off a decent distance apart from each other. Like, it was a 900 tile map, so what were they really expecting? Alright, let's make the final push. Their capital is this little level 2 city right here, so we'll go straight into that. And their units, warriors, polytours, and archers. I haven't got any late game units either. I have 126 stars per turn or something, I don't know. I can't read this because I'm looking at it on my laptop screen and all the numbers are blurred out for some reason. Okay, we'll occupy this city then, and that's perfectly fine. This guy's about to get veteran, so I'll let the other guy break in, and then this guy can get his veteran. You attack that, you attack that, and then you attack it and get veteran. And you get battleship. Go right there to explore some more. Oh, another small city. You can go into the city and you can, battleship, just knock some guys out. Okay, well that's a good landing force. I don't know if I'm going to bother attacking their other side. They just have too many polytours. I could have sworn that was a level 2 city right there. I don't understand the strategies. It's been a pretty good video though. I mean, I certainly had fun recording it, but I don't know if you're gonna like me obsessively leveling up my cities in this video. Look at that farmland, beautiful. Practically Zabasi farm level of farmland. I mean, Zabasi are just Imperious with less forest, really. But then that does have certain advantages as well. So, I like both, honestly. I can't really decide which is stronger out of Zabasi and Imperious. I know people have their opinions. I personally prefer Imperious to play though, because Zabasi's farms are annoying in that they take some time, much more time to level up. I've always said that Zabasi is the late game economy tribe out of the two. Imperious is the early game economy tribe and the middle game aggressor. As I'm demonstrating here, pretty much. Upgrade to battleship, and we'll take out that polytour. Dead. Yeah, right. End turn. I'm being attacked. Obviously, this player is now an AI. I think they left the game, so they've been replaced by a bot. I'm gonna grab their capital next turn, and then that will be might. There you go. That's might. All capitals were captured. I like how all capitals were captured is the rule rather than destroy all cities, because imagine the amount of effort I'd now have to go to wipe out every single one of their troops and capture every single one of their damn cities. That would be very annoying. Oh, grab the city already, won't you? No? Okay then. Well, we'll end the game. Might, all capitals were captured. Lucas M. Chapman 3 win, Imperious 2 Illyrian 0. Thank you for watching. Until next time, and until then, goodbye.